This used to be my regular breakfast before I understood metabolic health. Like many people, I believed it was perfectly normal, even healthy. I am not telling you what you must do. I'm simply sharing a change I made in my own life, guided by growing scientific understanding. You can decide what feels right for your own health. Over time, I began to understand how certain breakfast patterns can repeatedly stimulate insulin and influence fat storage. That new understanding led me to make some gradual changes, which I will share with you today. For many years, I believed this was a perfectly healthy breakfast, just as many people still do. But over time, I came to understand something important about how the body handles refined carbohydrates. When we eat them regularly, especially in the morning, excess glucose can be converted into fat. This process has a scientific name, de novo lipogenesis, which simply means making new fat. I share this not to alarm you, but because understanding how the body works allows us to make more informed choices. When the body repeatedly receives more glucose than it needs, several metabolic changes occur. Insulin rises, and when insulin is elevated, fat burning naturally slows. The liver then begins converting excess glucose into fat, a normal biological process, but one that becomes problematic when it happens frequently. Over time, this metabolic pattern may contribute to visceral fat, fatty liver, unfavorable cholesterol patterns, and chronic inflammation. I share this not to alarm you, but because once we understand how the body works, we can make more informed decisions. Over time, I began making some gradual changes to my breakfast. Not drastic changes, and certainly not overnight, but thoughtfully adjustments guided by better understanding of metabolic health. Rather than leading with refined starch, I now focus on building my breakfast around proteins, fiber, healthy fats, and fermented foods when available. This is not about a strict diet. It is not about perfection and is definitely not about restriction. It is about creating a metabolic pattern that works more gently with the body. When we begin the day this way, many people experience steadier glucose levels, calmer insulin signaling, and longer satiety, meaning they stay comfortably full for longer and are less driven by mid-morning hunger. In simple terms, I am giving my body a quieter metabolic start to the day. Why I changed my breakfast. I want to emphasize something important here. I did not change my breakfast because toast is bad. No single food is the problem. It is the overall metabolic pattern that matters. I made this shift because I began to understand how the body responds to repeated glucose spikes. The goal is not perfection. It is learning to control the spikes. And the encouraging news is that small, consistent decisions made daily can gradually reduce visceral fat, inflammatory signaling, and overall metabolic strain. Thank you for watching.